Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving into this conversation between Jay Shetty and his wife Roddy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the author and that podcast host.
Yeah.
We got this clip from their YouTube video, Jay and his wife Roddy on in.
The biggest lie about love and 3 things to look for in a partner.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, it's packed with insights about what makes a relationship last.
It really is. And what I found really interesting was just how down to earth they are. You know, they're talking about these really deep topics like love and growth,
Yeah.
but it doesn't feel like they're, preaching or anything.
Right, they don't have it all figured out.
Exactly. It's refreshing.
Totally. And there's so much to unpack here.
Yeah.
Like how they handle those big life changes as a couple and what romance even means to them,
Yeah, definitely.
Ready to get into it.
Absolutely. Let's dive in.
Okay, so they start off talking about the importance of being consistent characters.
Uh-huh.
What do you think they mean by that?
Well, I think it goes deeper than just personality traits.
It's about showing up as the same person
Right.
whether you're with your friends or your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Roddy actually mentions how much she appreciates that about Jay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she finds it reassuring that he's the same guy on camera as he is at home.
Makes sense, because that inconsistency, like acting one way with some people and totally different with others,
Right.
that can really erode trust.
Absolutely. And, it makes you think, like, are we being consistent in our own relationships?
That's a good point.
Like, do our words match our actions?
Right.
Because if not, that can lead to a lot of confusion and hurt feelings.
Absolutely.
And then Jay talks about how much he admires Roddy's consistently positive attitude.
Uh-huh. Remember that part. He even jokes about how she never complains.
Yeah, but it's more than just not complaining.
Right.
It's about choosing to focus on the good even when things are tough.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really interesting is how they connect that consistency to,
Yeah.
their ability to deal with all those big life changes.
They've been through a lot, right?
Oh, yeah. They've moved multiple times, dealt with visa issues, family emergencies.
And they've done it all while staying pretty grounded.
Right. And without, blaming each other.
Yeah, it's like they face those challenges as a team,
Exactly.
not as individuals looking to point fingers.
I like that as a team.
Yeah. And that brings us to another point they make, which is the power of not fixing.
Oh, yeah. That one really got me thinking.
Me too. At first, it sounds kind of counterintuitive, right?
Like, shouldn't we try to fix things that are wrong?
Exactly. But their argument is that constantly trying to fix your partner can actually make them feel broken.
Yeah, like they're not good enough.
Exactly. And Jay uses this great example of how he approaches Roddy's eating habits.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
So he doesn't tell her what to eat,
Uh-huh.
but instead he encourages her to explore healthier options on her own.
Oh, that's it.
It's about empowering her, not controlling her.
I love that.
And it all ties back to his belief that love should make someone fall more in love with themselves,
Yes.
not more dependent on their partner.
That's so important.
It really is. And it's something we can all ask ourselves,
Yeah.
Are we supporting our loved ones in a way that empowers them to grow?
Yeah.
Or are we, kind of making them feel like they need fixing?
That's a powerful question. Yeah, it's a big one. And they even talk about,
Yeah.
how even in the healthiest relationships, there's going to be friction.
Oh, for sure.
You're going to find your partner annoying sometimes.
Absolutely. And they tell this hilarious story
Oh, yeah.
about Roddy wanting to have arguments.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And Jay just wants to smooth things over.
Yeah, he just wants to fix it right away.
Immediately, can we just get past this?
Exactly. And she's like, no, I need to process this.
I need to vent.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Like classic clashing conflict styles. She's
Yeah.
got to vent and he wants to, hide.
right. And it just shows you that there's no one right way to handle conflict.
Mm.
Exactly. It's about understanding each other's styles.
Yeah. And, finding ways to work with those differences.
Respecting those differences, for sure.
For sure. And speaking of differences, their take on romance is pretty interesting, too.
Oh, yeah. It's not your typical dinner and a movie.
Definitely not. They're all about those active experiences.
Yeah, like escape rooms. They even mentioned doing a high ropes course.
Which is kind of cool. It suggests they see those challenges as a way of bond.
Yeah, create those shared memories.
Right. And they're constantly pushing each other out of their comfort zones.
I like that, constantly discovering new things about each other.
Yeah. And it all ties back to their whole philosophy of, rejecting those rigid relationship checklists.
Yeah, the idea that you have to find someone who checks all the boxes.
Exactly. They think that can actually prevent you from finding someone truly compatible.
Like you're trying to force a square peg into a round hole.
Totally. And Jay makes this great analogy about a sports team.
Oh, yeah. What was it?
He says just because you have the best players on paper.
Doesn't mean you're going to win the championship.
So true.
Chemistry matters, you know, those real life dynamics.
It's all about how you work together.
Exactly. But let's be real for a second.
Okay.
We all have busy lives.
Yeah.
How do you actually maintain that strong connection?
Right, with work and family and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, they acknowledge it's tough.
Oh, yeah. They've had those long periods of separation.
With the visa issues and family emergencies.
Just the demands of their careers.
But they have some good tips, though.
Yeah, they call them the rules for staying connected.
Oh, yeah. What were they?
Daily check-ins, making sure quality time is proportionate to the time spent apart.
Okay.
And those dedicated monthly retreats.
The retreats, I like that.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that relationships take work. You can't just coast.
You got to nurture them.
Exactly. And then we get to this really interesting concept.
Oh, yeah.
The partner as guru.
I was a little confused by that one at first.
Yeah, it sounds a bit out there.
A bit. But it's actually really profound when you think about it.
Yeah, it's about recognizing the potential for growth within a relationship. Jay draws on Eastern traditions to explain this.
Okay.
He says, a true guru doesn't tell you what to do,
Right.
but they guide you. They help you see your own potential.
So in this context, it's about seeing your partner as someone who can help you grow.
Exactly. Not by telling you what to do.
Right, but by supporting you and giving you honest feedback.
Right. And Roddy seems to embody this really well.
Oh, so?
She loves Jay for who he is, you know?
Not for his success or anything.
Exactly. And she's not afraid to give him constructive criticism.
Even if it's tough to hear sometimes.
Yeah, which I think speaks volumes about their trust.
Yeah, they know they can be honest with each other.
Absolutely. And Jay really values that feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sees it as a sign of her love, you know?
Like she's invested in their growth.
Exactly. And it's inspiring to see a couple that embraces that.
That willingness to grow both individually and together.
Yeah, it challenges the whole idea that, you know, once you find the one, it's all smooth sailing.
Right, like relationships take work.
They do. And it brings us back to that idea of being consistent characters. It's not about being perfect.
Right. It's about being authentic.
Showing up as you are, even when it's messy.
And being committed to growing alongside your partner.
Yeah, and they make a good point about how this applies to all relationships.
Oh, yeah, not just romantic ones.
Right. Friendships, family dynamics.
It's all of it.
It's about showing up authentically in all your connections.
So what does this all mean for you?
That's a good question.
What resonated with you most from their conversation?
I think for me, it's a reminder that relationships are a journey. You know,
Yeah.
there will be ups and downs and
Right, 'cause
disagreements.
Those inevitable bumps in the road.
Exactly. But if you have that foundation of respect and trust,
And that shared commitment to growth.
you can get through those tough times and come out stronger.
I love that. And as we wrap up this deep dive, here's a final thought to ponder.
Okay, I'm listening.
If your partner is your guru, as Jay suggests, what lessons are they trying to teach you right now?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It might be about communication, patience, self-care. Whatever it is, approach your relationship with curiosity and openness to learning.
I like that.
Until next time, keep diving deeper.